What's up everyone, welcome to the studio. We're getting closer to Halloween and I wanted to go ahead and get a jump on my Halloween art, so while I was thinking about what I could paint, I realized I have never painted anything Stranger Things. So in this video, I want to do a Stranger Things mashup painting. Here's the plan. I'm going to use Master's Touch and Golden Brand to paint this 16 by 20 standard half-inch canvas. And I thought I could do a Scooby-Doo Stranger Things mashup painting because you got the Scooby Gang and the mysterious happenings in Hawkins, so it's almost too perfect. I'm going to have the upside down as the background, and I want to have the Mind Flayer in the very back overlooking menacingly. And in the foreground, we'll have our mystery-loving protagonists in total shock of their surroundings. With the sketch done, I'm going to go ahead and start painting the background, and I'm going to mostly be using whites, blues, dark blues, really dark blues, blues that are so dark they look black. It's black paint. I'm going to start with a wash, mostly because white canvas isn't great for video. The white becomes blinding and distracting, but this is also going to be the first layer of this painting, and it'll give me a layer to blend on top of. Next, I'll start layering and blending, starting with the furthest point of the background and working my way forward. I want this to be an impressionist version of the upside down, so that means lots of layers, blending, highlights, and lots of small brush strokes that give the impression of detail. I always seem to underestimate the amount of time it takes to do this many layers, and when painting Impressionism, there are lots of different layers. I always seem to think it won't take that long, or that I can get it done really quickly. Luckily, this painting isn't commissioned and there isn't any urgent time frame to finish it, but I do have a lot of projects coming up, so I can't take too long to work on this one. The background's painted, so it's time to get the sketch printed and transferred. Yeah. I always like to use Master's Touch graphite paper to transfer all of my sketches. I used to draw on the canvas and that does work, but using transfer paper is so much better. What makes this project and most projects so difficult for me is that I don't have a lot of time to work on them. I've got a full-time job and a family, which means I might not get into the studio until 9 or 10 p.m. So I can only paint for a couple of hours every other day, and by the time I get to start painting, I've been at work all day, playing with the kids, gotten everybody ready for bed. So when I walk into the art studio, I am exhausted. But I need to try and get as much done as I can because I've always wanted to be a full-time artist, working 8 to 10 hours a day, painting, designing, creating new content, videos, and then hopefully one day I'd love to open my own store where I can sell paintings, merch, all kinds of artwork, hold events, classes, painting lessons. But I don't have a trust fund to fall back on, so I paint when it's convenient, and a painting that takes me 10 to 20 hours could easily take me up to 5 to 10 days to finish. So if you want to help support my dream of being a full-time artist, go to pdshawn.com where all my artwork's available and shipping in the US is free. I usually get pretty nervous at this point because I'm hoping I didn't miss any lines while transferring, and especially pieces like this where the background's really dark, I'm hoping when I pull the transfer paper off that I can see all of the lines. I always try to triple check all of my lines when transferring, but things happen. Sometimes I miss something, but let's pull this off and see how the transfer looks. For the most part, the transfer is great. There are a few areas where the lines are hard to see, but that's unavoidable with this dark background. So now it's time to get started painting. I want this to look like it has a striking contrast from the background, similar to when you watch old cartoons and you tell something's going to move because it has a different look than everything else on the screen. And the way I'm going to do that is by using a combination of Master's Touch acrylics and Golden Brand acrylics. When I start a painting, I usually feel really unsure about it and feel like I'm starting to second guess everything that I'm doing. There's a moment between here and here where the painting transitions and I can see that it's going to be amazing. I know a lot of artists who do the same thing, but I also know a handful of artists who are totally confident from beginning to end. Sometimes I wish I could be that confident, but it's nice to feel that uncertainty. Not knowing if a painting is going to look the way that I want it to, then seeing that transition and how awesome it's going to be when it's finished. That's it for this video and project. I would say it's available on my website, but it is already sold. But prints are available, and I've also been considering doing canvas prints. So if you want to see canvas prints of this painting, make sure to go in the comments below, let me know about it. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons. You guys are amazing. If you want to help support the studio and get some really cool stuff while you do, go to patreon.com/pdshawn. Also, make sure to check out my website, pdshawn.com, where all of my artwork's available, ships anywhere in the US for free. And I've got a new dealer program where if you sign up, you'll get a personalized code. When you share that and someone makes a purchase, you can get perks and rewards from the studio. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, comment below, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.